Athenian democracy stands out to us today, especially in terms of our own modern view of democracies, because it was what we might call a pure, true democracy, in which all of the citizens had a part in government, not just certain proportion of the society as elected officials who represented the people. Many of the people living in democracies today would say it is the duty of a good democratic government to represent and defend and protect and serve its people and its citizens. In the ancient Athenian state, they would have said that it was the duty of all citizens to protect and defend the democracy, because in fact every citizen was a member of the democratic government. In fact, if you wanted to serve in government, you were pretty much guaranteed a position. You were not required to run for election for most positions. In fact, you were elected by lot, your name essentially drawn out of a hat. In fact, Athenians were highly critical of any citizen who did not choose to participate in government. Their word for an individual who kept to himself, minded his own business, and did not participate in government was idiotes, from which today in the modern world you can tell we get our modern word idiot, coming across with a very negative connotation. In fact, one of the most famous democratic politicians of ancient Athens is recorded as having said that an idiotes, a private citizen, isn't somebody who minds their own business but has no business being there at all, because they did not participate in the system. This is not to suggest that everyone in Athens had an equal say in government, were able to participate, or that this was some sort of utopian system of equality. In fact, out of the perhaps as many population as large as 250,000 people, only about 10 to 20% of them actually had the rights of citizenship and could participate in government. Excluded from citizenship were all women, everyone who was a slave or a freed slave or the son of a slave, and this was a very large population in democratic Athens. It also included all foreign residents. There was no option to get really naturalized for most people, so it excluded all of them. And even for adult male Athenians, you had to have passed military service requirements and training in order to participate in the governmental system. If your father wasn't a citizen, and if your mother wasn't the daughter of a citizen, you were out of luck. You did not have the option to gain Athenian citizenship and to participate. On the other hand, if you were an Athenian citizen, you were guaranteed a spot in the government if you wanted one. Not only was every adult male Athenian citizen inducted into the voting assembly, the administrative body of the voting assembly, the boule, was selected by lot of every Athenian citizen who wanted to put his name in for eligibility. Direction of the assembly changed month by month, so there were many open positions in the government. And of the 500 to 600 elected officials in the Athenian state, the vast majority of them were again appointed by lot. The few exceptions were specialized positions in which a great deal of importance and authority had to be imbued. Military leadership, a panel of 10 generals, as well as the largest financial advisors and financial administrators of the Athenian state. In fact, it was a little bit risky to put your name in the hat for election as a financial administrator. You had to guarantee your own money against any accusations of mismanagement. If you were found after your term of office to have embezzled or mismanaged money, they were going to take it from your estates, and you were going to have to pay that difference as it came up. Many critics of Athenian democracy in the ancient world felt that it was an unnatural system, that the natural way of life was for the elite, the wealthy, the educated, and the better class of people to rule those who were weaker, lesser, and uneducated. In particular, many critics of Athens felt that their government was weakened by relying on a decision-making process that depended on the whims of the masses. They felt that the people could be very easily swayed by what they called demagogues, individuals who were sort of passionate rabble-rousers who preyed on the fears of the people at times of panic and extreme crisis to convince them to take rash and almost immediate action. And this included things like voting to go to war, making decisions about financial commitments that the state undertook, as well as elections to important positions, passing of laws, and so forth.